Hello, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to upgrade the steering wheel of the Tacoma. Come on, let's begin. Alright, so this is the steering wheel from Cartrimhome.com. This is the heated steering wheel upgrade. And if you want to purchase this, I'll put the link in the description below. You can use my discount code FG7P. Alright, so for this one, basically it comes with the whole kit. And yeah, it has the clock spring. You got the harness in here with the switch. Alright, so as far as I know, the heated steering wheel is 360 basically all around. It's gonna be warming up your hands. So unlike the others, like on my RAV4, it only heat up the section on the 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4, 8, 10, and 2. So nothing at the bottom, nothing on the top. But as far as I know with this one, it's 360. I'll update you with that one. Alright, so before we proceed, let's disconnect the battery. Alright, so for this one, we need to remove this plastic cover with a pry tool. Same on the other side, so there's two of them. And I think we're gonna need the T30 Torx bit to remove the screw for the airbag. Alright, so we need to remove that T30 Torx head screw, and there's gonna be one on the other side too, and this will release the airbag. Alright, and these are secured, so you don't need to pull them out. They are held in place in there. Alright, so time to remove the airbag. So just be careful. So we need to remove the connection here in the back. So the orange and the black airbag connection. So if you have a pick, just lift this up. There you go. Okay. And now we can pull this out. There you go. There you go. Then there will be one more connection, this black wire in here. So you're just gonna need to pull that. Just be careful and don't break it. There you go. So keep this on a safe place. Alright. And then what we're gonna need to do is we're going to remove the steering wheel here. So we're gonna be using a 19mm socket on removing this. Alright, so now let's remove this. Again, it's a 19mm socket. So make sure if you have someone to hold it, and while you're loosening it up, it's gonna be better if you have someone. Alright, there you go. So it's loosen up, and don't remove the nut fully. Just leave it. Just put it back in there. Just give it some more tread. Then pull the steering wheel. Because if you remove the nut and you pull the steering wheel, and sometimes it has resistance, you can smack your face with it. So sometimes another trick, what they do is they bump it on the corners, on the sides, and that will release it. So we'll do all. Okay, let's give it some. Let's give it some bumps in here. Then we're gonna pull it. It should easily remove. See that? Alright, so now let's remove the nut and keep that on a safe place. There you go. And what else do we need to disconnect? I'll disconnect this one. Okay. And let's see. Make sure once you remove this, the clock spring stays in place. Don't touch it. Don't rotate it. Don't do anything. Alright, so let's remove what needs to be removed. go. So we remove these two harnesses. We just unclip that. Now let's try to pull it out. All right. So there you go. So what we need to do next is we're gonna transplant all of the controls in here to the new steering wheel and make sure this one stays in place. We're gonna remove it later though, but just to make sure that in case that you're gonna use it in the future, that you're not gonna break it. All right, so make sure it doesn't rotate. All right, so we're gonna remove all of these controls in here. Well, we need to remove also the cruise control stock in here. So they're all the same size, so you don't have to worry about mixing them up. All right, so let's remove that. Set that on the side. And then we need to remove this metal plate in here. We need to unscrew that too. Basically, remove all of the screw. Again, same size. All right. Now I think we can just remove this. Oh, okay, because it has a steering wheel cover. That's why trying to pull it doesn't want to go. All right, so let's remove the steering cover first. There you go. Okay, so don't be afraid then. There you go. So because it is clip in, so yeah, so we just need to transfer this to the new one. We still need to get the back cover in here, the plastic cover. So this one, we need to put that on the new one too. So let's unclip this here. So there's clip on each side. Okay, so just pull it. There you go. And here in the bottom. So I think we just need to pull it up once we unclip it. Yeah, because this slides, yeah, it can be slid up. There you go. And don't forget the screws for the airbag. Okay, so put this back in here. So now let's transplant. All right, so we need to put the plastic back here. So make sure you align it before pushing anything to clip on. So let's see where it aligns. So I'm pushing here on both sides. Then we're gonna work on this. Okay, so now the steering wheel controls we need to transplant. Okay, so steering wheel controls goes here. All right, so steering wheel controls installed. What we need to do next is the cruise control stock. So you just need to put that there. But start the screw with your hands first to make sure that it's not gonna get lost track. There you go. Now don't forget to put back the plate. Okay. And the cable should be under. The blue and gray cable needs to be hooked in there. There you go. So now time to remove the clock spring and change it with the one from the kit. All right, so we need to remove these two screws so that we'll have access to our plastic panels. There you go. All right, so now we need to remove all of the harness connected to the clock spring. Okay, so everything is removed. Very easy. And now there's some clips on somewhere here in the top, here in the side, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. Then we can release the clock spring. So there's one here. There you go. There you go. So just remove the clock spring. And before we proceed and install the new one, let's wire the harness down here. We're just gonna follow this harness, all right, so that we have an actual thing that we can just cable tie it, all right. And then we're planning on putting it here on the side or on the Qi charger button. So we might temporarily just keep it loose. We'll see. All right. So let's wire the harness up. All right. So we route our cable and we're going to put it in here. I use some fishing. Well, I fished this through and I have my cable grabber. I'll put the link in the description if you want to purchase the same thing. So just push this in here and this will have like an OEM look to it. So like that. Very easy. So now we just need to cable manage this one, and we still need to connect our add a fuse, all right, and negative. This will be easy. You just need to connect this on somewhere that we can connect it where we have an ACC. All right. So yeah, so we'll be right back. We're just gonna finish the cable management and then put back the steering wheel. All right. So now you need to put on the clock spring. This one should be facing this way. Okay, so just clip that in. Okay. All right, and this cable goes here. All right. So again, just make sure everything is secured. So the airbag harness is here. All of the other harness are clipped in, and the one for our switch is here, right? So make sure when you put the new steering wheel, these are gonna be in the center, and make sure you don't pinch them. So again, this is the airbag. So let's put on the new steering wheel, and let's just be careful putting this on. All right, just feed it through and make sure that you put on your steering wheel the way you pull out the other one. Okay, so now just clip in all of the harness. Basically just reverse the process on unclipping and clipping them. So yep, there you go. So now this one, the plug for the thing here for the steering wheel, this is for the heating element, and there you go. Just clip them in and just keep it out of the way. Just, there you go, tuck it in, and all we have now is the harness for the airbag. Okay, so let's put on the bolt in here. Okay, just tighten this, and if I read it right, it's about 69 foot-pounds. If you want to torque it, it's going to be around that range. Just Google it. I Googled it. So yeah. So basically, we're just going to tighten it. Right now, just hand tight. And again, if you have a friend to hold it, make them hold it so that it won't move. Okay, so just a correction. It's gonna be 37 foot-pounds. So we're gonna torque this just because. There you go. So we just need to put on the airbag now. So be right back. All right, so with the airbag, basically it's just color coded already. So orange to orange, then black to black. Just press that, and then just put everything together. Make sure everything is secured, and let's rest it back in here. Okay, now we have to screw it with our Torx. Basically that's it. Just put everything together, then we're gonna wire it up to actual power, and we'll show you in a bit. All right, so for the power, we use the power outlet number 1. Okay, so the 15 amp, we pull that and use the included add a fuse on the harness basically. All right, so right now we're testing it. So it's starting to warm up. So definitely here, it's warming up here. Yep, also here, 6 o'clock. Yep, it is warming up. Yep, all the way through. That is nice. So yeah, so again, we put the switch in here. And again, the whole steering wheel is warming up. So that's nice. So again, just a recap. When you put your steering back together, make sure that you torque it properly. It is 37 foot-pounds on the nut on the steering wheel. And then don't forget to put the screws on this panel. So you see there's still a gap in here because we haven't put the screws yet. So we're gonna do that once we start the car. Again, everything is set up here. If you want to purchase this, I'll put the link in the description below. You can use my discount code FG7P to save 7% off your purchase. Again, if you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching.